Hey everyone, this is Rob Ryder. It's Friday, May 11th, 2012. I'm going to try to do my good deed for the day. Um, People in Florida, pay attention. And let's see what this says. So, anyways, here's another Florida statute, 689.071, Florida Land Trust Act. It's kind of a long one. We ain't going to read it all. I just point out a couple things, first of all, that will mean something to the next documents we look at. So we're looking for a trustee. Means the person or entity designated in the trust instrument to hold legal and equitable title to property of a land trust. Okay? So ownership vests in the trustee. Every conveyance, deed, mortgage, lease assignment, or other instrument heretofore or hereafter made, hereinafter referred to as a recorded instrument, transferring any interest in real property in this estate or in the state, including but not limited to leasehold mortgage interest to any person, that could be you, any corporation, bank, trust, other entity duly formed under the laws of the state or of qualification, in which recorded instruments the person, corporation, bank, trust, company, or other entity is designated trustee or as trustee. So we're looking to find the guy that's called a trustee and or as trustee because he has the ownership vested in him for he holds the legal and equitable title to the property of a land trust. Why do we want to find him? Well, whether or not reference is made to the recorded instrument to the beneficiaries of such trust, right? So, as you can see, they don't really say you're a beneficiary, or any separate collateral on recorded declarations or agreements. So, this guy has had, the trustee has had the ownership for transferring any interest in real property in this state, and that includes leasehold or mortgage interest to any person in which recorded instrument the person, corporation, bank, or is designated trustee or trust. So as long as the trustee is named on it, he has the power, he has the ownership. With full power and authority as granted and provided in the recorded instrument to deal in and with the property or interest. So he's got the ownership to deal with it as instructed on the recorded instrument. Now where do we see that? Is that up here? They called it the recorded something or other. Sorry guys. Been a long day. Oh, there it is. Recorded instrument. And make that bigger. Okay. So if there's a recorded instrument with somebody called a trustee or as trustee, he has ownership vested in him with the power and authority as granted and provided in the recorded instrument to deal in and with the property or interest. So property or interest. The property is the real estate. The interest is the securities, such as all those payments you made, promissory note. I wonder if they've done something with that for us. Let's find out. But first of all, now this is the trustee has no duty to inquire. Any grantee, mortgagee, leasee, transferee, who obtains a satisfaction or release or otherwise in any way dealing with the trustee in respect to the real property or interest in such property held in trust under the recorded instrument has heretofore provided for is not obligated to inquire into the identification or status of any named or unnamed beneficiaries. They don't have to tell you to come get your stuff. You need to know enough to come get it yourself. He doesn't have to inquire about you. But person obtaining satisfaction or release, and they would be talking about mortgage satisfaction and release. I wonder if we can find that stuff in Florida. Let's see. Or their heirs are assigned to whom a trustee may be accountable under the terms of the recorded instrument. So even though they're accountable to you, they have no obligation to come find you, or under any unrecorded separate declarations or agreements, collateral, to the recorded instruments. All persons dealing with the trustee under a recorded instrument, as heretofore provided, take any interest transferred by the trustee with the powers and authority as granted provided therein, free and clear of all claims of any named or unnamed beneficiaries of such trust. Okay. So all persons dealing with the trustee under the recorded instrument, as heretofore provided, take any interest. So they take any interest transferred by the trustee with the power and authority as granted and provided therein, free and clear of all claims of all named or unnamed beneficiaries of such trust, and of any unrecorded declarations, agreements, when referred to in recorded instrument, not and for anyone claiming by, through, or under such beneficiaries. Whew, man, they make this shit hard to read. Basically, you're going to have a claim. I'll show you in a minute. Personal property. Unless there's something specific about contains a provision defined in declaring the interest of beneficiaries, will be personal property only. Such provisions shall be controlling for the purposes when such determination becomes an issue under the laws of the courts of the state. Well, there you go. Provisions providing and declaring the interest of beneficiaries. So let's see if there's any provisions we can find declaring our interest. So, a brother from this county, this is, well, who is this anyways? PalmBeachClerk.com. That's the thing. We're going to use this instrument number, maybe. Let me copy that. So if you click on the link, you'll end up here, and you go to Official Records, under Public Records, and you tell it you want to search now, and then you accept the deal, and you come to this page, okay, Public Search, Clerk and Comptroller, Palm Beach County. Well, we can search on the party name, the document, party type, CFN, book and page. All right, so party name, you put last name in, first name, document type. Now, if you were to click on this little thing here where it says document type list, you get this thing right here. These are all the different document types that things can be listed under. And we really need to be paying more attention to this kind of stuff. So here's the document type you would put into the window that we looked at. Oh, there's deeds, assumption deeds. Oh, somebody assuming a deed. Well, those could be that could be an assumption, like a what do they call it when they convey it to each other? Assignment. I don't think I saw assignment on here. Did I see? Oh, I did see assignment. Okay. ASS, there's some assignments. So that's where the assignment files would be, under ASG, ASGA, ASGC. All kinds of certificates, court papers, everything that has to do with property is in here because it's all yours. We just need to start getting it back. Deeds, deeds of mortgages, easements, on and 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 on. But here's the two interesting ones for this conversation. REL is for releases. SAT is for satisfaction. All right, so I'm going to close that because I got too many things open here. Cancel. I won't close it. So you would put that in here. In other words, you put in R-E-L, and everything in here is a release. And this says displaying 1 of 20 over 100 records, way more than that apparently. These are all the releases that are already recorded. And S-A-T gives you satisfactions. These are all the satisfactions that have been recorded. The name of the person, crossed, the CFN number, the legal description. So of course on any of these you could cut and paste whatever you need to do to see the entire record for somebody. So if you were to look at Hamblin here, put it in the right one, you could look at all the records have to do with them. But let's get on to why we're here. So I got a CFN number. Yeah, paste. All right, you do that, you come up with something like this. That's what I love about this site. I can't do this here in Michigan, right? I can go look at the images. And a small PDF. Boom. And, you know, this was a REL. I just had picked one earlier. It was an REL. This guy doesn't know this, but, you know, he's about to get some good information. But I can't look at him on there, so I'm just showing you how it's done. Now, why I'm putting you through all this? Well, this is why. So here's this dude's mortgage. Original mortgage. Recorded 1/19/2006. For Juan J. Amarilla. Juan, pay attention. So this is his mortgage. Okay? The only reason I show you that is because what did he have? The release? Yes, he did. So here. So I think it said 2006. I closed the damn thing. I'm not going to open it back up. But I think it said 2006. Whatever it said. Well, in 2012, 2/11/2012, somebody recorded a mortgage release, satisfaction, and discharge. And let's see what this thing says. When recorded, mailed to Security Connections Incorporated, 240 Technology Drive, Idaho Falls, Idaho. Phone number. I'd like to know if that's been sent to them. So if this was me, I'd be calling that phone number saying, hey, was this ever mailed to you and do you have it on record? Apparently they're supposed to. But what this says is the undersigned owner or nominee of the beneficial owner of the indebtedness secured by the certain mortgage described below does hereby release, convey to the person legally entitled thereto all its rights, title, and interest, and into the real estate described in said mortgage, forever satisfying, releasing, canceling, discharging the lien from said mortgage. Well, the original mortgagor was Juan, and that's the information there that would take you back to the mortgage that we looked at. So they're talking about Juan. And witness thereof, the undersigned is caused, these presented to be executed on January 31st, 2012. So something has been executed. That's a good word for us. The Bank of New York Mellon as successor by merger to the Bank of New York as trustee, remember those words, as trustee, for TBW Mortgage backed pass-through certificates series 2006-2 by American Home Mortgage Servicing Incorporated. Its attorney, in fact, power of attorney to be recorded simultaneously with this release. Well, not only does Juan get the information that was on the mortgage, which is where he put the house up for collateral, he also gets these TBW mortgage-backed pass-through secure certificates, Series 2006-2 by American Home Mortgage Servicing. Its attorney, in fact, power of attorney to be recorded simultaneously. So these people gave whoever this American Home Mortgage is, gave this other bank the power of attorney in fact to record this information to say that this property is Juan's. It's been released. So the trustee has the power to deal with the real property or interest. And what's he doing? Well, it says up here, he does hereby release, reconvey to the persons legally entitled thereto all of its rights, title, and interest in and to the real estate described in said mortgage, forever satisfying, releasing, canceling, discharging the lien of said mortgage. So they're not saying that Juan's the beneficiary, but he's the original mortgager. He's paid off the mortgage. He is the beneficiary. And this, again, is the actual mortgage document. And he's getting the personal property, these pass-through certificates, Series 2006-2, on a one-page form. So before me, the undersigned notary public in said state personally appeared, Crystal Hall personally, okay, we don't need all that, to be the person who executed within instrument as vice president on behalf of the Bank of New York Mellon as successor to the merger of the Bank of New York, as trustee for the mortgage-backed pass-through certificates. That's who they're the trustee of. So they have the ownership of and the right to convey Series 2006 by American Home Mortgage Servicing, its attorney in fact located wherever it is, and acknowledged to me that he or she as such officer, being authorized to do so, executed the foregoing instrument for the purpose therein contained, and that such corporation executed the within instrument pursuant to its bylaws, resolutions of its board of directors. You know, this is one of the few times you're going to see an officer of a corporation go under oath. But they did. They did go under oath. Ain't that wonderful? And so I say everything on here is Juan's. I think he should go ask for it. I think he needs to make this frickin' bank a phone call and say, hey, where's my property? Right? Now, how that's done exactly is probably in here. But I ain't going to read the rest of it. You know, somebody else can go find the rest. I think it's just, you're close enough to just making a phone call. But if you want to read the rest, go ahead. It's not that long. But so that is a release. That's an REL. And they also got them under SAT, and this is a satisfaction. No different. Satisfaction of mortgage gives a loan number. Be it known to all men present. Registered holders, Wachovia Bank Commercial Mortgage Trust, Commercial Mortgagee Pass-Through Certificates. Some more certificates coming. Does hereby certify that a certain mortgage from Equity Partners, yeah, whoever they are, filed in 2002, the book and page, the county has been fully paid and satisfied, and the county recorder is authorized to discharge the same for the record. Now, it says, and the county recorder is authorized to discharge the same of record. I don't know that this has gotten to whoever the county recorder is yet. It's been recorded, but, you know, in Michigan, this would be like the register of deeds you would do this stuff in. Well, it does say clerk. It doesn't say what clerk. Well, it says clerk, comptroller. It doesn't say recorder. Those are two different offices. In my opinion, county recorder is not the same office as Sherrie R. Block, clerk, and comptroller. I could be wrong, but I would be asking where the county recorder is. Oh man, this brother's gonna get back $4,050,000. Some Series 2002 C1 certificates. the property address with the legal description. Oh, and guess what? They're the trustee for the registered holder. You gotta love it. And here's where they signed off under seal. They swear to tell the truth. And then the legal description of the property. So look at, the key is for everybody, it doesn't matter where you are, right? It doesn't matter where you are. What matters is that you frickin' know the simplest thing. What kind of documents do we have on this site? Now, this one has a list, right? If it's going to print up, it'd be great. But if it doesn't, no big deal. You know, but it looks like this. So you want to get this from your county. Whatever you need to do to get this list, you must do. You got to go there and ask them for it? Fine. If they tell you it's up on the wall, say, well, take it down and make me a copy. I want to take it home and study it. But this has everything that has to do with what they're doing to you. You got liens on here and everything. We'll get to liens and so forth soon enough, but all this stuff is done in common law, and none of it has a real value of greater than $20, or you would have a jury when you were in court. Just like the brother did earlier this week when he was in the foreclosure. Listen to the call I did with Bobby and Henry. You know, because I want to talk about that just for a minute, because somebody may be facing that, don't have time for this. Okay, this is what worked, right? They did a plea of the Crown, put it in the court case, judge was belligerent. Apparently the brother waited long enough, said, well, magistrate, never call him judge. Call him honorable magistrate until they prove different. You're just going through a test. Honorable magistrate, I accept your oath, bind you to it, remind you have a fiduciary duty to me. I would always say that. I don't know if this guy did or not. I haven't had a chance to talk to him. But nevertheless, establish that. And then I would say, and I'm an American national, not a U.S. citizen. There's a big difference. I'm going to be doing a video just on that, what the difference is. But American national, obviously, is living in the Republic. U.S. citizen is living in the fiction. And on Secretary of State's website, it says we've been given both by birth. If you were born in the United States, you have two nationalities. You are an American national and a U.S. citizen, but they're different. They're separate nations. And some stuff I've been looking at from the International Court in The Hague, because you have these two nationalities, if the U.S. citizen nationality is coming against you, you can demand to have diplomatic protection as an American national from the nation of America, which is the United States of America, upper lower case, when they have their other hats on. I don't know how I got on that, but anyways, look at all this stuff, man. Judgment demanded. Did you know that a judgment in court, it's just a mortgage? It's a judicial mortgage. Tax lien stuff. So my point is, you know, since these things aren't, what the brother did then is he told the magistrate, I'm not going to allow you to deny me due process of law. And then the magistrate came at him again. He waited and said, I'm not going to allow you to deny me due process of law. And then the magistrate says, well, what do you mean by that? And he said, well, there's no jury here. This case can't be worth more than $20. And the judge started to talk to the attorney, and this guy said, hey, I'm not quite finished yet. Well, what else do you have? Well, they've never given me a verified statement of account. Judge starts talking to the attorney again and says, well, we're going to continue this case, and when we come back, you're going to have an officer of the bank come here on the stand, answer this man's questions. And I guess the attorney didn't look too good. Now, I'm telling this story third hand. I don't know exactly how it went down, but you get the gist of it, right? Outstanding, man, just freaking outstanding. And the only thing I would do now, having thought about that, because this is what Blackstone says you can do, right? you stand up with your checkbook at that point and say, since there is no jury here, in this case going to have a value no greater than $20, I'll pay it right now. Who do I give the check to? It cannot be greater than $20 or you would have a jury. It's just that simple. Just tell them, I'll pay it now. It can't be worth more than $20. There's not a jury. I'll pay it now. And see how they handle that one. So, okay, I'm going to leave it at that. You all have a great day, and I hope this helps you. And everybody, go. One last thing. A mortgage in common law can't last more than 5 years, I think. Somebody said in the Bible, it says a mortgage can only be 5 years. I'm going to go with that, right? That's all the longer the mortgage can be. And then the mortgage satisfaction goes in someplace, and the damn thing is sitting in your county courthouse right now, and it doesn't matter if you lost the house or not. The mortgage never goes away. They cannot take your stuff. Go find the piece of paper and claim it. Someplace there is a satisfaction of mortgage sitting, and when you find it, it says things like this, man, they're going to release this property to you. Okay, so if the house has already been sold, well, then they're going to give you some of what they sold it for, because now they're giving you the instrument. Now you have the deed of trust. So I don't even know what that means yet, to actually have the deed of trust, and they sold the house. I don't know what's going to happen. Someone's going to have to find out. And Florida, you can do it today. I'll have this out 4/16. You can't do it till Monday. Somebody in Florida, get your piece of paper, make a phone call. Get it in the mail, send it to this bank, whatever it says. Just do it, and let's find out what happens. All right. Take care.